This person says, if you want to do React content, a new segment called Detracting the Detractors to respond to unhinged detractor videos and make fun of them. First off, I want to say thank you for the suggestion, and I also want to say never say never. Let's put it that way. However, if there is one thing that I have learned over these years that I've been a creator, 18 years, and out of those 18 years, arguably 15 years, I've had these major detractors who are coming after me. The best way to handle that level of obsession, harassment, misinformation, and defamation is very simple. You don't address it. Because all that those people want is your attention. If they get it, they feel like they've won. That was the whole point. Most people who are detractors on the internet, and I don't just mean my detractors, I mean anyone who detracts someone on the internet, probably well knows that most of the stuff that they say and do regarding someone is exaggerated. Not that it's not truthful, but usually it's a gross exaggeration. Yeah, sure. This person probably did this one thing, but it also doesn't mean that they're a horrible person, they're a waste of life, this and this and this, right? And people will take one little thing and extrapolate upon it and blow it up. So here's the thing. If you take everything that's said and you watch it and you react to it and you respond to it, you basically become like Review Tech USA, someone who just can't help themselves and literally falls down that rabbit hole again and again and again and again and again and again. And it's an endless cycle. And all it does is fuel the fire so that those people will keep doing it. The best way to handle it is to just say, well, I'm aware it exists, but I don't know the specifics. I don't care. And just move on with your day. Because it's like I've said, if you're successful, you don't need to focus on these things that are said about you because they don't matter. You know, in the last year, there has been a ridiculous amount of ire and negative things said about me on the internet. And how much have they affected me? Zero. They have had zero negative impact on me because I don't pay any attention to it. I don't care. Instead, I'm just here chilling with my audience every day, having a good time, living life, making positive content. Guess what? I'm doing good. My streams are doing well overall. Not every single stream, but overall, I'm doing well. Everything's good. Sky ain't falling. Bills are getting paid. I'm making good content that I love. We're branching out. We're doing new games. The set's upgraded. The equipment's upgraded. Look, I got my Steam controller right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're good. That's it. That's all I have to worry about. Now, I understand what you're saying. For me to react, to detract the detractors, correct? For me to do that, would that be funny? I think it might be for like a one-off thing. But the thing is, once you do that, you've given them what they want. They now have their time in the sun, and they can now say, haha, now the endless cycle continues because now he's acknowledged us and he's watching our content. So now we can clip that and watch his reaction and react to his reaction and spin it in our toxic way. And it's just an endless content funnel. Does that make sense? That's, to be honest, that's how it works on the internet for the drama farming YouTuber and the drama farming streamer. It's not just on YouTube, you know, other places as well, as you know. They want that endless cycle. They want you to bite. They want you to react. They want you to respond because then that just gives them more free content that they don't really have to work hard for. It just gives them the free content, right? And it gives them the attention. By not acknowledging it and not paying attention to it and just being yourself and moving on your merry way, it makes them basically talk to the void or their very isolated group of losers who watch them. It's just that simple. You know, you can't help the fact that there is a human problem that there are people who are so miserable in life that all they want to do is laugh about the misfortunes of others or try to bring others down, even if it's not true, these things that are being said. They don't care. They just want to feel like they're better or superior to other people, or at least revel in the downfall of someone who looked like they were doing well. That's how miserable human existence has become. And there's nothing you could do about that, right? There's no actions that I could do to change that. I can acknowledge it, I can point a finger at it, and I can highlight it, but it doesn't mean that it's ever going to improve. Instead, what I can do is focus on the things that I can control and I can change, which is me and myself and my content. Yeah, I can't change the world, but I can control what's right here on this stream. And that's the attitude that I take. So why am I going to go watch other people's content of toxic stuff? Why would I ever do that? What's the point? It's not like I'm going to convince those people that they're wrong. It's not like I'm going to entertain a positive audience by reacting to toxic negative content about myself. 2 years ago, a 4-hour documentary came out about me by June the King. I literally forced myself to sit here, watch it, react to every moment of it, and fess up to all the things that I had done wrong over the years. And when I finished that react, that was my redemption, at least for myself, meaning I kind of pledged to myself that all those things that I had done wrong up to that point, that I wasn't going to replicate, that I wasn't going to continue to make those same mistakes, but instead I was going to turn my life around and improve it. Now look at me 2 years later, right? I'm a transformed guy. I'm healthier. I'm happier. I'm sitting in a place of affluence, a place of success. I actually have a great life. Everything has dramatically improved for me since I manned up and I reacted to that toxic stuff about me. I don't care what anyone else says after that because I'm already done with it and I'm already past it. Every little nitpick, every little gripe that the internet has with me doesn't matter. Doesn't affect me. I'm good. So I'm moving forward in a positive way and I don't care what these idiots say. Now, I agree with this tipper. If I did a show where I maybe just reacted to some toxic stuff said about me, we could all have a good laugh at the memes and, but the problem is that would be like, oh, look, Phil gave attention. Now that opens the floodgates for idiots to say toxic things that aren't true. And so that's why I don't give it any kind of attention, and I'm not going to because I learned my lesson the hard way from all the years where I tried to say, oh, this wasn't true or this, sweep it under the rug. Don't pay any attention to it at all. I don't give a shit. There will always continue to be people making documentaries. There will always continue to be people trying to make a buck on my back. I don't care. Go ahead and do it. As long as I'm successful and happy, you go on your merry way, I'll go on mine. I don't need to pay attention to your lunacy and your idiocy and your grifting. I'm good.